Step one to this project was collecting 5 keyboards, and I tried to choose keyboards with different coloured keys. So I've got a black one there, a bluish grey, white and beigeish. Step 2 is I'm going to cut the cords off, and I'll recycle those simply as cord. Unless I know someone who wants a old style connector, but pretty good for tying up things in the shed. That one's actually cordless. Put a sink here with some warm water in it so I can throw the keys straight in there, let them soak, and they'll I was tossing up about letting them have to keep the grime on them. But I'm not going to be lazy, so I'm going to wash the keys, and I've got a couple of containers to put the keys into to try and keep the colours separated out, and I've taken a couple of photos of each of the keyboards just so that I've got a record of what they looked like before I started dismantling them. Now I've got a Phillips head screwdriver, which should be the ideal thing, just to reach in, give it a twist and pry the keys up. No effort required, just a slight twist on the old screwdriver there, and they pop right up. Okay, so the keys have had a chance to dry out, and I can't underestimate the tediousness of cleaning keys. They're quite easy, but just brushing them over constantly with key after key after key, when you've got 100 odd keys in a keyboard. And now I've got the wonderful odious task of actually removing this part on the back here. I've tried a couple of ways to do it. The first way I used the diagonal cutters, and then I tried using the needle nose pliers there. And I recommend doing about 20 in a sitting. So make yourself a cuppa and remove these studs. And I found nipping along twice quite effective, and then just twisting out the risers. I've got the rubbish bin here and I'm just dropping bits into it as I go, and then cutting around like that. And just putting them on the table, make sure they're flush. If you want to get fussy. I recommend using a sharper pair rather than a blunter pair. Okay, so that's that key done. Another way I found to do this was just use the needle nose pliers and just in and twist. Of course, the deeper in you go, the cleaner the break I found, and the deeper it is, so you don't have to actually come back as often and take off your rough parts there. Okay, so I'm gluing my magnets together. Here's a couple that I've started working on. That's the delete key. As you can see, there's a magnet in the base, and I just happen to have found some repurposed magnets taken from a children's construction set, along with ball bearings, and I've arranged them in a bit of a grid pattern. And what I've had to do is get the pliers. I did try taking the stud off the back. That just was really time consuming. Got a really fantastic result, but just really time consuming. And I'm just opening up the clips here, just bending them out of the way so that they'll fit over the magnet. Now I'm using a hot glue gun, which someone suggested almost by accident. It's filling up the hole in the lug nicely. I'm using it on a pair of pliers here, just so I get a bit more altitude. I prefer not to freehand my tools because they get wobbly. And then I'm just sitting over like that, doing a bit of an adjustment if I need to. Grab the next key. Some of them you don't quite need to open the lugs up on. I'm trying to inject the glue right down into it and break off the spider web as I pull it back. As you can see, I get the shakes up. Just going to sit that one there to cool down. I'll get back to that one.